Not only do I not have a snappy intro for this one, I'm broke until payday.
Bosoms, melons, milk factories, busts, fun bags, knockers, bellies, steaks, boobies,
So I got this one last week. I missed out on the Kickstarter because you can't do Kickstarter with PayPal and you have to buy a gift card. And I missed it on the Kickstarter. Kickstarter's got a way better cover. But the thing is, I didn't buy it. This wasn't something I bought off the shelf. I've been a fan of Lady Death since about, 96. Back when she showed up, I missed the original run in 91 because we didn't have a comic store. And I didn't know you could order them through the mail. Because I was still reading X-Men. I was only 15. Give me some break. These are the 96 editions. And for me, when she showed up in Evil Ernie a whole bunch, I was a big fan of Evil Ernie. I bought as much as I could. Didn't have a way to figure out how much of one I needed and how much of the other. So it came to just buying stuff whenever I could get to a store. And somehow never got around to filling in all the missing numbers. So I do have some of the really neat ones. To me, the guy that did the artwork in here, illustrated by Deidre Verma, colored by the same guy? Colored by CC De La Cruz. It's good. The art's good. The color's good. The digital coloring works great for a lot of things that back in the day regular color couldn't. I think Stephen Hughes colored himself. Yeah, hard to tell. Was done in more traditional ways. Then finally, when Hughes stepped aside and someone else got a shot at it, I think this is very early color, computer coloring. Remained roughly the same character the whole way through. You knew who she was, regardless of who drew the character. For the most part, she's always had that rather strong jaw. Not quite so much. I don't know who did the cover, but just about all the character assets are present with Lady Death. Some of them maybe not quite so much, but hey, she's a 30-year-old character. Things have to change, right? Now, one of the things about Lady Death is I found her more interesting as a side character in Evil Ernie, partially because you didn't know what was going on with her. And then as time went by, they delved into the politics of hell and all this kind of stuff, and she took over the whole place, epitomizing the whole, seriously badass bitch that she was when we started with. The problem was I've been having a harder and harder time getting enthusiastic about the issues, because really she runs hell, and every now and then someone comes along that slightly threatens that, and she just beats crap out of him. There's really not much she hasn't done. Like, they'll update storylines a bit here and there, but if you've read enough Lady Death, you should have some idea what's going to happen in this one. The art's great. No complaints at all about the art and the color. I got some great character designs. But Lady Death on some kind of bread and circuses thing. There's TV in hell, I guess, because you got to watch something. I imagine all the people who are suffering are stuck watching Road to Avonlea, maybe CNN. But this one's just for simple entertainment. What's his name here? Devlin Dax has assembled some people to go and kill people for entertainment. You have TV. There's other things you can do. But it's hell, so that limits their imagination. So, the story is, the theme of the show is they just gang up on some poor minor sinner and tear them to pieces. You don't really die in hell. You kind of go into stasis until someone puts you back together. Otherwise, it'd be real easy to get out of hell as the avatar of death. Lady Death has the ability to just give people straight oblivion. So these two horrible people were going to prey on someone who looks like she killed herself after she had 4 glasses of wine and forgot to strap him into the car seat and had accidentally died. So she, that's pretty minor. Lady Death takes pity on her. She's no more. But the gore show goes on because someone's got to have it. If they're offering something interesting in hell, you have something to offer rather than just sitting around poking sinners with a pitchfork. All right? You got some of her friends from other series. I have such a difficult time keeping track of who's in what in these books. I think I remember. I thought I knew who he was, but I don't know. Obviously, I missed out on something. They decide they're gonna, sucker her into. There we are. They're gonna sucker her into something, so the show can go on without her interrupting it. Careful there. And really, I can't give you much else. There's more fighting and more artwork, more mythos building for hell. But frankly, even as a huge fan, I had trouble with this one. Like, there's how many pages here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Like the whole back half of the book is ads. You had a Kickstarter, dude. You had a Kickstarter, and I feel as though you could have put a bit more work into it. And it hurts to say that. It really does. Like, it hurts to say that I wasn't that enthusiastic about something by Brian Pulido. I'm really not sure how to take that. I'll buy the second because I'm a fanboy. I wouldn't have bought Pap like that if I wasn't. And I'm hoping that the world building kind of pays off. Although in reality, we know how hell works at this point. The character's been around for nearly 30 years. We know how hell works. And maybe it'll pick up. I'm really hoping that. Especially for $5 US, $6.20 Canadian. I'll buy it. I'll buy it, but I'm not terribly looking forward to buying it. I'll put it that way. I'm hoping to be surprised afterwards. Frankly, I know he's gone on to build all the other stuff that's gone on, and there's been some really great stories. I don't know how to say this, but to me, Stephen Hughes is still what I think of when I think of Lady Death, right? Like the stuff back here, things seem way more high stakes. Probably because, well, she killed off like all of her competitors. So once you're in charge, what's left, right? Like Lucifer tries to convert her, and I'll leave that off on a cliffhanger for everybody. You guys have some idea how it goes on. I mean, just that Pulido's ramped up the power of the characters so much that it doesn't seem like anything's really a credible threat anymore. I don't know how you walk back from that. Like, what credible threat could Lady Death actually face? She's taken out Lucifer and all the barons of hell and purgatory and all of them. I think she works best at this point with someone that's a credible threat. This guy here is, you know, is a trap, and they're trying to use her mom to drag it out again, but I swore I've read this story before. It's hard to give a recommendation sounding like that. Like, I'm going to buy the next one. If you're a fan of Lady Death, you should too. Brian's made a whole Kickstarter to do this. He raised a fair amount of money. There's a lot of Lady Death fans out there. I'm hoping it gets better. I will. I really am. I'll see you probably sooner rather than later, because I'm going to have to cheat to review Claws of a Killer because it didn't get ordered for me last week. I'll see you hopefully in the future.